Hi, my name is PsychoBear, and today I'm going to be talking about flashing Malphite Ultimate. So in my previous video, I discussed reaction time, and the example that I used to show reaction time was a marksman flashing away from a Malphite Ultimate. For this video, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into the mechanics surrounding this example. So to set up the scenario, let's say we have a Malphite. Malphite has his ult, which is a certain area of about 600 units in diameter. Malphite ult range is around 1000 units, and at the end of this range there is a marksman. The marksman is looking to flash the Malphite's ult, and he has a 425 unit radius to work with for flash. So now, if Malphite ults directly on top of the marksman, there is 125 units between Malphite ult area and max flash distance that the marksman can flash to. So the marksman can just flash away from Malphite to dodge the ult, but he also has the options to go to the sides or even towards Malphite to dodge the ult. Now let's reset the situation, only this time we are going to have the marksman move 125 units closer to Malphite, making him 875 units away. Now the Malphite can ult a bit past the marksman, and even if the marksman tries to flash away, he will still get hit by the ult. Instead, flashing to the sides or towards Malphite will dodge the ultimate. The Malphite of course can adjust his ult depending on the situations, so he may choose to cover the sides, or he may try and hit the ult short, or again like the last situation, he can ult directly on top of the marksman. Each of the situations have different hit areas and different dodge areas, but it should be stated that in normal situations, the Malphite will either ult right on top of the marksman, lead the ult, or shorten the ult. Most Malphites won't try to hit a side ultimate. Trying to dodge towards Malphite is dangerous for an AD carry as well, because it will typically place you directly in the middle of things. This makes the sides a much more attractive option. Along with being able to dodge from the Malphite ultimate, you can also place yourself in a position where you can easily enter a team fight. If your team is putting a counter engage on the enemy team, flashing to the sides can put you closer to that counter engage to follow up and deal damage. There are of course a lot of factors that go into this, such as player tendencies, where the enemy is, and general teamfight geography, but using the sides as an option can be beneficial and should be considered. Now, let's reset the situation again. We will again have the marksman closer to the Malphite, only this time he is going to be accompanied by another high priority target. In this situation, it is safe to assume that Malphite will want to try and ult both the marksman and the mid, which makes it extremely easy for the marksman and mid to predict where to flash. They just need to split up from one another, and they should be able to dodge the ultimates. So with this, we have a general understanding of how to flash away from Malphite Ultimate. So I want to now start with a more interesting prospect. We'll reset the situation again, only this time instead of a marksman, we'll have a mid lane mage. We'll move the mid closer to Malphite, and Malphite will ult on top of the mid. We know that we have multiple options to dodge the ult, but the most common one is to just flash away from the Malphite and be safe. Since the mid is a bit closer to Malphite, Malphite could still lead the ultimate and catch the mid after flashing away. This leaves us with the other three options. The sides would be safe as well, but I want to discuss flashing towards the Malphite to dodge. Malphite is ulting in to initiate a fight, so his teammates should be close by to try and follow up. Now if the mid, in this case Victor, flashes towards Malphite and unloads his damage on the enemy, it puts his team at a huge advantage in the fight. An even better situation is if you have Zhonya's, as once you do this, you're in a dangerous spot sandwiched by the enemy, so you're going to want to have the invulnerability active. There are a couple of champions that would be better at doing this than others, and this isn't just limited to mid laners. Any big AoE team fighters would benefit greatly from trying this. If you remember the previous example with the marksman flashing to the side, you can see how this can all come together to create a wipe of the enemy team. It should be noted that this can't always be done, and that is an extremely high risk, high reward type play. If you are more than 1000 units away from Malphite and he ults you using the AoE reach, you will not be able to flash towards him to dodge it, and now you are CC'd by the Malphite in the middle of everything. Even if you do dodge it, if you happen to get hit by any follow-up spells by the enemy, you could still get blown up. I was able to find a video demonstrating this move. In the video, the move doesn't land, but what it did do was zone the enemy away from following up. It's not a perfect example, but I believe it is good enough to get the basic idea across. Too long didn't watch? If you are a marksman and Malphite is ulting you, consider flashing to the sides. If you are a big AoE champion, consider flashing towards the enemy team. Thank you for watching my video on flashing Malphite Ultimate. You can find me on these links shown on screen.